Am I? So I want to tell you a story about what happened yesterday. And I think this is a lot of times, like when I'm talking to you and I'm teaching you things, it's because I've already walked through it, or it's something that I've learned, right? That's like how I teach you. So yesterday, me and my husband went to this little pizzeria place, and when we walk in, there's a tip jar sitting on the counter, and it said, "Money is the root of all evil. We will gladly take that burden," with a smiley face, right? And so I see it, and immediately I was like, that's not true. That's not true. Like, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, that's not true. It's the love of money that is the root of all evil, not money is the root of all evil. So me, I'm sitting there, I'm like, I want to fix this. I want to fix it. How can I, maybe I could just like, and the thing was, they actually had a thing of markers right beside it, of black markers. And I was like, I want to fix this. I wonder if it'll be okay if I put the love of, if I just write that on there, right? So I'm sitting here, I'm like, I would love to fix that. Because it's just not true. So we're sitting there and we order, and the guy takes our order, really nice dude, and it's just really kind of quiet in there. It's really small. And there's some people in the back cooking. There's the guy that took our order, and then it's me and my husband. And then there's a girl in the corner over here at a table with her head down, like the whole time. Like, she didn't pop up when we walked in or anything. Like, her head's down on the table. So I'm sitting there thinking maybe she's napping. It looked like she worked there. She's napping or didn't feel well or something. So we're in there, and we're sitting, and we're waiting for the guy, we're waiting for our pizza to be made. And it just kind of getting the feel of the place. Like I asked the guy, I said, hey, who made this tip jar? He said, oh, I don't know. He said, it's been there since I've started working here. I said, oh, okay. I says, it's funny. And he didn't say anything after. And so, he's sitting there fixing the pizza boxes, on and on. And Emma, I'm so glad that I didn't see myself in that moment. Remember how I was just teaching you about loves in the world? Like, we have, a lot of times we can love the world more. It would have been more of me loving myself and being right than in that moment and in that atmosphere of being right. Okay? And actually vandalizing. That would have been vandalizing. That wasn't mine. That's not mine to touch or to write on. That's somebody's business. That's theirs, right? That's not mine. And just because it's incorrect doesn't give me the right to go and write on it and say, no, actually, this is correct. So I'm so glad, like, while we were in there, it's like the Lord's, He's constantly, if we just quiet down, and I can tend to have be critical of something, and just constantly being aware of like what's going on. I'm always just kind of like just aware of people. I try to be off of my phone when we're going in somewhere, and just noticing people and just seeing people. So I know myself enough, and like the Lord has convicted me that I can be critical, right? When we're supposed to correct, but yes, like correct each other in love, but not to be critical. So in that moment, it would have been loving myself more than loving God and the people in that room. It would have been loving myself to go up there and write on that jar, even though that was the truth, right? What I would have been writing down. And so as the time goes on and we're still in there waiting for the pizza to be made, what was said? I can't remember. It must not have been too crazy important. Anyway, interaction had happened with me and the guy at the front, and I looked over at the girl and I said, is she okay? And he said, I don't know. And so I just kind of looked over there at her, and she popped up. She said, yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. And she had this smile on her face, and then she put her head back down. And it was more loving, Emma, to acknowledge this girl in the corner and just to vocalize and to ask and say, hey, is she okay? And for her to know that she is seen. Because there's no worse feeling, I think probably especially for women, to not feel seen, loved, or heard. And I know this. You know what I walk through. So the most loving thing I could have done, and I'm sitting there like I have my cross on, right? So it's not like people don't see that. And I don't do the things I do just because I have a cross on, but I'm aware of what I have on, what I've put on for the day, and I don't take this off, but I'm aware. It was more loving to acknowledge that young lady and just to be there in the just to be with people than to be correct on a jar. Because what if I was to do that? You know what I mean? What if I was to take my own initiative to go up there and write on the tip jar just to be correct? That is not loving. Okay? That's me thinking of myself wanting to be correct. That would be vandalizing, right? So a lot of times, that is the fruit of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, self-control, not to go and be correct. So loving people sometimes may look different, and I didn't really see this until we had gone home and what the Lord had done there, because I was I know everything's for a reason. There are no coincidences in the world at all. Why did I want to sing this song? Skinnamarink, dinky dink. There's no coinky dinks in the world. I don't even know if if you know that. There's a skinnamarink, dinky dink, skinnamarink doo. I love you. Some kind of anyways. But the thing that I'm telling you is there's self-control in loving like the Lord. And as the Lord teaches me, that's how I teach you. But I love you so much. You're so encouraging to me, just the way that you show up in a room. And when you show up and when we meet, face to face, you are so kind. You are so other person. You're looking at the person, you're looking at me. You're hearing me. You see me. You're so loving, Emma. You're so loving. I love you so much. And thank you for encouraging me. Thank you for every time that we meet up, you see me and you hear me and you love me. That is loving me like Christ. And that's what I got for you today. So I love you so much. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later, okay? Bye.